The second law out of the 7 laws of spiritual success is the law of giving. The giving.
TJ!
The law of giving. This world operates based on a dynamic exchange of giving and receiving. So when you see the earth, or when you see trees even, to understand many of the laws of this world, you have to just look at nature. When you look at trees operate through this dynamic of change of giving and receiving. Sometimes they give oxygen to the environment, sometimes they give carbon dioxide, sometimes they take in carbon dioxide, sometimes they take in oxygen. You with human beings, us as human beings, right? We take in oxygen, we exchange that oxygen we take in for carbon dioxide, which the trees would then use for photosynthesis to produce more oxygen, to produce whatever. I did bio 3 years ago, so forgive me for my poor explanation, but I hope you get the point that this universe operates on a dynamic exchange of giving and receiving. And this is where the golden rule in the Bible comes from, where Jesus says we should do unto others as we would done unto ourselves. Essentially, we need to treat other people the way we would want ourselves to be treated. Why? Because there's that dynamic exchange in the universe. So the way you treat other people will result in the way you treat yourself. Don't you find it interesting how all of these things interconnect? How the laws that you see in the Bible and these spiritual texts, right, are the same laws that you see even trees, plants operating by, that you see even us operating by. Even feces, when you take a dump or something, like that's feces, right? It'll go into your sewer systems and it'll go into the ground somehow to get into the water. Whether that's the best thing ever, it gets into the water, then it enriches the soil. So you're giving and exchanging. Your trash is Your trash is the environment's treasure. Right now in your life, you want to receive something. Let's say you want to receive wealth, you want to receive love, you want to receive whatever. To receive, you have to give first. To be a king, to have people serving you, you have to serve others. Have you ever noticed that the people who have an abundance of anything, whether it be love, money, even hate, they give it out freely? You'll notice that the richest people give away the most amounts of money. People will be like, the billionaires, tax the billionaires. But if you analyze how much billionaires actually gave away and how much they actually gave compared to how much they received, you would be astonished that these guys actually give away a ridiculous amount of money. And through this contemplation of how people who have an abundance of anything normally give it out freely, I realized that I've never actually met a frugal rich person. The richer the people are that I know, the more they give away and the more willing they are to just give money. Like they can have $50. Like, the sons of like rich parents, right? They will have $50 in their wallets, they'll give away their 50 because they know that they're going to receive it. But I promise you, if they became frugal, if they didn't give away anything, if they didn't spend anything, people will think that they'll just start hoarding it and their cash flow will go up. But what that does is block the flow of energy to you. So fair enough, it'll be growing, then they block the flow of energy. So now it grows slower until it stops. And that led me to another phrase, which is going to become my favorite phrase when it comes to using money freely, is that frugality is fear. Because at the root of frugality is the worry that you will not be able to make the money back that you want to spend right now. So you see, when people say, you shouldn't get a $3 coffee, instead get a $1 one at home, it's like they're scared that they won't be able to make that $2 back. So they're putting in preventative measures so that they can ensure that they don't lose their money. I don't know if you've ever thought about it. I never thought about it. I thought frugality was a good thing, but frugality is actually fear. And I'm not saying be reckless. Obviously, you live within your means. But if you want to buy something for $3, but it's like, that one there's for $2, then it's like, stop being frugal. And it's different. Look, it's different. If you're making money, actively trying to make and increase your income, right? Spend money freely. Not recklessly, but freely. There's a difference. So you need to give freely. When you aren't giving freely, it's like you have fear. And fear rarely creates an abundance of something good. Have you ever feared something and something good comes out of it? Never. The more you fear something, the more likely a bad result is to come. And you may say that I was fearing it because look at the cuts. You may say that I was fearing it because I knew a bad result was going to come, but shut up. Since most of you watching this here, young men, so you're interested in making money. So I'm going to focus about money in this aspect. Money is a symbol of life energy. Because we know that, or you should know that the money we use today, it isn't based on anything. It's not based on gold. It isn't based on anything. It's just based on what we perceive it to be. So the best way to view money is simply life energy. Because if you spend money, you are buying the energy of someone else. Let's say you're buying a pizza. There was energy spent to use that pizza, energy spent to make that pizza. So since money is a symbol of life energy, you need energy to earn money. You cannot earn money without expending any energy, whether it be mental or physical. So since money at its core is just a form of energy, you also need to apply the laws of energy to money. So if you stop the circulation of money, since it's life energy, you will stop its circulation back into your life as well. In order to keep it coming, you must keep it circulating. I know you've watched Iman Gaji's videos, you've watched Luke Bauman's videos. All these guys have said that you need to spend money. You can't just keep it. Now, do you see how this is all linking? How at first you thought this was voodoo. You thought that this was hoo-ha and I should just focus on the best business model. But now you see that it's all coming together. All the things that these richest people on the internet say, it's all making sense, but on a deeper level that resonates with your soul. And even in relationships, they give and take. People don't like to see relationships as transactional. But if you were in a relationship where all you did was give and you received nothing, you would leave the relationship. You would. See, sometimes you don't realize that even the relationships that you hate, you're receiving something that you subconsciously value, that you subconsciously are holding on to. So if you're in a toxic relationship, right, you're receiving that emotional thrill of like one day things being okay, then the next day them being bad, and like the high that comes when things are good. So now, how to apply it? This one should be more explanatory than the others. Is that how to apply it? So the first step of applying this is always give something when you're coming into contact with people. And people will be like, I don't have money to give. It doesn't have to be money. Sometimes you can just give a silent blessing, a silent prayer. That's what I do a good amount of times when I meet people. I'll just utter a silent prayer in my head. Like, I hope that whatever you're struggling with works out. I hope that you receive good news. And that may sound like, spiritual go, whatever. But like, whether it works or not, I don't know. But it just feels right. You have to give genuinely without the expectation of something being returned to you. So you should give for the sake of giving, give for the sake of making the other person happy. See, the caveat of all of this is if you give and you feel like you've lost something, like, sometimes you give, but you give begrudgingly, and it's like, I really don't want to give that, then it will not have the effect, and it will not be operating based on the law of giving, because it's the intention behind giving that matters. It's the intention that creates the pathway for you to receive. So whenever you give, it should always be of the intention of just making the other person happy, just adding to their life. The second thing is learn to receive well and graciously. As men, we have a problem receiving because we're so used to providing, we're so used to giving people that when it becomes our turn to receive, we struggle. So just learn to receive, learn to say thank you when people compliment you, learn to bask in the good feelings that you get when someone compliments you, because I promise you, it's a dynamic exchange, so it's going to go around. But anyways, that is it for law 2. Now we're going on to law 3.